Hi friends, it's Miss Heather. So today in this video we are going to be talking about the absolute basics of really any dance class that you should know, but especially in ballet training. So this video is appropriate for absolute beginners who have never taken a dance class before, but you're finally opting to do it, which I'm so excited about. Anyways, so let's get started. Essentials. First thing you always need to keep in mind is your posture. So ballerinas tend to have a reputation of standing up very tall, and there's a reason for that. Quite simply, all your muscles, all your bones are connected. If we stand up straight, they're aligned right, and it makes for a pretty picture and it protects yourself. So, to stand up straight properly, I'm standing in first, but let's do parallel. Okay. If I'm standing in parallel, so you can see me, there we go. If I'm standing in parallel, I want to be stacked, and that means I have one line coming up the entirety of my body, okay? So my weight should be evenly distributed between my toes and my heels. We'll get back to weight distribution later. My hips are aligned, and by aligned we mean my booty's not sticking out, and I'm not hunching over like this, okay? So we want to boop, 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 pull in and squeeze your booty. So squeeze, and then all of a sudden, your hips just go zoop. Adding on to this, we want to pull up in our hips. So by that we mean, once our booty is squeezed, we don't want to kind of, see how my belly's coming out a little bit here? I'm not sucking my breath in, I'm just sinking into the posture. So I just want to pull up tall, okay? And I'm also not doing a Superman pose, okay? I'm just aligning my body so that it's all straight, okay? And then next would be shoulders. Shoulders aren't too far forward, which a lot of us have trouble with because we're typing away at a computer, reading a book, heads down all day, so really make sure your shoulders are back. And then your head should be just straight level, okay? There are head rotations that we'll learn a little bit later, but for now, just know stacked, okay? Simple enough, right? Let's talk about body weight transfer. This is the simplest thing that I feel like a lot of teachers forget to touch on that will help you tremendously in your dance class. Here's a simple exercise to learn body weight transfer. So all that means is exactly what it says. So I'm going to stand in a parallel second position, okay? If you move your feet back and forth, you start to realize that you can pick up your heels, pick up your toes, pick up your heels, pick up your toes, okay? You probably do this waiting in line at the grocery store all the time. I want to buy my gum or my chicken or whatever, okay? And you probably don't even realize it. So body weight transfer is just moving the weight to one side of your body and the other, and that's what makes us be able to move quickly, okay? So when you're at home and you're getting ready to practice, you can stand in a first, or just stand how you normally would. Rock your weight all the way to your toes, so you can just lift up your heels. So I'll turn to the side so you can see. So I'm just lifting up my heels a little bit, bouncy, bouncy. And then if I rock all my weight back, I can wiggle my toes, see? So you're just rocking back and forth until you then find a neutral position, okay? Not too bad. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Okay, so in your ballet class, your very first ballet class, you are going to learn a lot about this word turnout, okay? Turnout's huge in ballet. It is the almighty. If there's one thing you need to know in ballet, it's turnout, turnout, turnout. Okay, so to find your natural turnout, you want to stand with your feet together and rock your weight back to your heels, like that little body transfer exercise we did. So rock your weight to the back of your heels, and then you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, pop, and open up your feet, okay? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, pop, and freeze. Now, what you don't want to do is once you get here to force your feet back for a greater turnout, because I'll show you what that does. If I stand in my natural first, I'll put my arm in close so you can see a little bit better. Watch my lower half. If I start to walk my feet out, I can no longer squeeze my muscles the way I need to, and look what happens to my spine. Not to mention it puts a lot of stress on your knees. So, when you're at bar, 1, 2, 3, up, and you're ready to go. Okay. All right, last point, and then we're done. Okie doke. Last little thing we need to touch on, super basic, but necessary, okay? So, pointing our toes, all right? Kind of critical in the dance world, right? So, little two-step process. Your point does not come from your toes. It comes from your ankle, okay? So, when you extend your foot, if you scrunch your toes, you can see that? Ankles. That is not your point, okay? If you extend your ankle, that is your point, okay? Not too bad, right? Okay, you guys, well, thank you so much for viewing in today. I hope this helps a little bit. If you have any more questions about any of the topics that I touched on today, feel free to email, comment, whatever you need, and I'll get back to you, okay? Thank you.